people reach that crossroads a lot in their life where they've kind of like built an identity, in your case, tens of millions of followers by doing something. And then, in other people's cases, it could be they're working in as a lawyer. And then they catch sight of what their purpose might be. And at that crossroads, life says to you, if you go down that route, you're going to lose a lot of this stuff that you've built. I know it's not aligned with you, but you're going to lose friends, a network, an identity. Don't go down that road, right? And you've faced that so clearly in your life, that crossroads.
Right.
And even leaving YouTube, when you have 14 million, you out of your damn mind.
Totally.
But tell me, so like at that crossroads in life, what advice would you give to people when, in your case, you're one of the ones that really had, I don't want to say a lot to lose because that's a presumption, right? So it's like the public would think that you had a lot to lose by taking a different route.
Right. You're absolutely correct. I think one of the reasons I, for so long, kept holding on to the strings of YouTube to be like, no, I want to do other stuff, but I'm still going to do this. I want to do other stuff, but I'm still going to make these videos. I'm still going to dress up as my parents. It was that I didn't want to lose this traction I had, this audience I had, this instant gratification I had of having this massive audience at my fingertips. I also, to be honest, I was scared of this term relevancy. I think relevancy is used as currency these days. Like, you're not relevant, so you're worth less now. And we have this way to measure people based on relevancy. This can be summarized in one easy sentence, which is you cannot expect to grow and also stay the same. It just cannot happen. You have to make room for growth. And so in order for me to fulfill my ambitions of I want to do stuff with movies and TVs and I want to just do all this other stuff that is me growing in my craft, I cannot stay the same. You have to make space for that. I also always think about if I have, again, going back to diagrams and the way my brain thinks, if I have 100% energy at the start of a day, I can only spend 100% energy. No more energy is coming. You have 100. So where are you going to put that energy? It can be to old habits. It can be to holding on to the relevancy, but then that limits how much energy is left for growth. So it really is just a decision you have to make of making room for growth.
And when you did make that decision back in 2019 was it 2019 you left YouTube?
I still make, I think around 2019 where I stopped consistently uploading videos, yes.
So when I read about why you left YouTube, there was clearly some symptoms of life saying to you, you're fucking up here in some way. What were those symptoms?
I think doing things because you feel like you have to, doing things because you feel like you owe people, doing things that you're not really passionate about, and feeling like you haven't given yourself permission to grow.
And how did it emotionally feel?
Stagnant. I felt like I was trapped. I felt like I owed people this version of myself that was stuck in space and that was not allowed to grow. I felt not creative. I felt not free. And I felt like even though what I loved about YouTube was freedom, I can post whatever I want, whenever I want, there's no gatekeepers, I felt trapped in that system. It became the exact opposite of what I loved about YouTube, which was you have to serve every Monday and Thursday, you have to post a video, you have to appease these fans, it has to be like this, it has to be this long, you have to appease the algorithm. It became the exact thing I never wanted in the first place, which is to be trapped in something like that. And so it stopped feeling right to me. It stopped feeling like the place that I could grow and learn and thrive.
The Lilly that I would see on camera at that point in the lead up to you deciding to depart versus the Lilly that would be there right after you stopped recording. Tell me the difference between those two people.
Yeah, she's just as weird in both instances. I can tell you that. She's just as weird, she's just as quirky, but one of them was definitely a bit more performative, pretending to be a little bit more passionate than she was, pretending not to be tired and exhausted, and pretending to be excited about what she was doing. I think after I turned off the camera, I was like, oh God, I gotta edit this thing, I gotta do this thing, I gotta go through these. There was no growth. It was just such a repetitive pattern. And as a creative, I didn't want that.